My friends, it is Sunday morning, and we're here to celebrate the return of Famous Mug. It might clang around a bit and crack because it's been recently filled with ice. But that's just the bag you get when you're drinking with Famous Mug. So you're going to have to live with it while we play Islanders. So here we are on our second run. Bit of a strange island here. Very tall, not a ton of ground space. But let's just jump right into it, because why not? It's a day, it's a Sunday, it's a day for relaxing. That's what I think at least. That's what I think at least. Well, just a day for relaxing. Oh, come on, that's not in the... We're already off to a terrible start. Throw that there. There we go. Now we're talking. Perfect. A flawless first play. And what are we gonna do next? A lumber pack? Yeah, I like that more. So how's everybody doing? How's everyone's week? Been a busy time on my end. Ooh, can I get... Ooh, I can. That's cool. Busy on my end, trying to get ahead in these videos, and let me adjust. I feel like the camera is just ever so slightly too high. Been busy on my end getting these videos prepared, and I had a few other things, graphic design and some other video projects to do that were keeping me at the computer and you know, sort of chugging away, and feels good. I have a slight kind of a break from that today to just hang out and do some Islanders, and I won't have to edit today. I'm excited about the week that just passed. I really had fun doing, even though I sort of like I was just saying, I got kind of it was a lot. The Mario Kart video was for some reason like very tough to edit. I don't exactly know why that is, but I had a real time editing that one, getting it down to a reasonable length. But I'm really glad I made it. I had a lot of fun doing it, and it inspired me to go back into the Super Nintendo again for something that is going to come out this week, I think. I don't want to tease that in case nothing comes of it. But I have a plan for this week that involves the Super Nintendo, and I think that's going to be very cool if I can do it reasonably well. There, that's a better spot. I was thinking I'd put it there because you get the bonus, but I don't really want to encroach. We already have so little like city building space. I don't want to encroach too much on it, so somewhere around here I think is better. Trying to keep the Masons close to the mansion side of the city for eventual temple purposes. Yeah, but I think I was just saying I'm really pleased with the week that just passed. I got into more variety than I'm used to with the horror game and the Super Nintendo. It was a lot of fun to do. I enjoyed it very much, but it was a bit of a learning curve to understand like exactly how I could make that entertaining and a reasonable time frame. So I'm only mildly battling burnout right now. So I'm not sure you could ask for more than that. 9 is good, but I mean 15 is better. It's just a little less appealing to the eye, but it's not like we won't get there eventually. Do we have enough flowers, do we think? Yeah, I think a shaman could be really worthwhile up there. we got a lot of these guys, and I'm not really buying it, you know. 9 is fine. Let's take a 9 over here. You always want to get like at least a 9 on those, I feel like. Yeah. So I feel like people have been commenting a little more and stuff on the videos, which is nice. That's always good to... It always feels good to see. I'm not exactly doing the big numbers yet, so... Woof. Yeah. So it's always fun to hear from people. Ooh, okay, hold on. Hold the telephones. 33. I think I can get 2 33s. I can. They can share this little rock outcrop, and we can get 2 33s on those. That's fantastic. What was I just in the middle of saying? And I totally lost my train of thought on. Sugar. Oh, the commenting, yeah. Yeah, I'm still not, you know, growth happens slowly. So I'm not exactly, again, like I was saying, rolling in the numbers or anything yet, but it's always fun to hear when people have enjoyed stuff. Because there are things sometimes that come out and I feel like amazing about them, and then you know, it does worse than normal, or it gets like less, or people don't say anything, and then it's a stupid thing to let wear on me, but it definitely does sometimes. Especially because it's a silly thing for me to have wear on me, because specifically because, you know, I don't have the numbers for it to be something that I should even be thinking about, right? I think I can take over this little chunk up here for farmland. Why not? Yeah, I shouldn't be concerning myself with numbers, period, because I just don't, you know, it'll come naturally, I hope. And 24. Can I get something crazy over here still? 17, 24, 27, 20, 30. Hey, this perfect little triangle of shamans sharing these flowers in perfect harmony. You love to see it. Yeah. So I guess that's what's been on my mind this week. I guess just also applying for jobs. I guess I could mention that. It's kind of a semi-depressing experience to try and do that. It's so, oh, please fit on there. Fit on there, come on. You know you fit on there. Don't be silly, video game, it fits. Doesn't fit. Video game, you don't fit. Alright, fine. We'll just have to do a little bit down there. Yes, that's the other thing, I guess, that I've been somewhat, not burning out on, but, whew, what a lovely little logger spot. I get that 11 back. Is that I've also, in the middle of actually being kind of busy this week for the first time in a long time, I actually saw some jobs as well to apply for, and oh god, that's just a whole thing, isn't it? You this stuff that you like and you put a lot of work into trying to get together an application or whatever, and then you just throw it into the void and hope you hear something back. It's not the most rewarding task in the world to do. I cut my hair too. self home cut. If you couldn't tell, I just ran the dog buzzer through my head and got it to a reasonable place. I shouldn't have put that house there. I'm taking it back. You know why? Because I can put a house here, get 13 instead, and it'll look cooler. Ooh, wow. That's a hut. And that's a nice spot for a hut. 2 of them. Twin huts. The twin huts of the ledge. Be swift, be brave, my twin huts of the ledge. Yeah, so just a lot of like silly little things that can start to weigh on you. Like the amount of resumes I've thrown into the ocean. And yes, I am quite literally throwing them in the ocean. I hope you know that. Why does that get 7 there? Oh, the plate just barely touches the plateau, huh? That's a sneaky one. Yeah. That's a sneaky one. We'll take a sneaky one. We'll take a sneaky one. We'll take a sneaky 15 there too. Why the hey not? Oh, what if I rotate that one just so? Give me a 10 there, and an 8. This was a 9 up here. Now we can take that 9 in good conscience. Ooh, and a nice little L-shaped field finished off there. Maybe a little park somewhere on this ridge. An 8. Ooh, a 13 up here. If I can put it, I'm gonna put it right there, because I believe that still leaves this spot perfectly fine for a field. And one would never fit there anyways, so. Really appealing spot for a tower there. 33, 36 is pretty good, but we can do more, we can do more. See, I think something I didn't notice, I don't know if you can tell, there's a very tiny little ridge there in the, that seems to be maybe the best angle you can see it at. There's a very slight decline there. I thought it was even when I started placing this, so I thought I'd be able to put houses right up against here. But I cannot, because it is not even. Oh, that's pretty nice, getting a little 5 there. Let's take that sneaky 5. And maybe this can get in? Yeah, wow, 22. That's gotta be a record for me for a mansion. Those usually don't do that. Do so hot. 20, 15. Can't quite get on that corner. 22. Would love to get it there. Or like a long, skinny park, I think could maybe fit in there. And that would be a good point chunker. Like, yeah, can this... Yeah, there it is. There it is. Give me back that 22-point park. Maybe I can get another one here. Another satisfying ledge park here. Ledge park? Come on. Let me have a ledge park game. I need this. Give me the ledge park. Give me the ledge park. It's not going to give me the ledge park. Rats. Ratsiolio. And that can't go there either. I can get a 22 on that side that I'm not wild about. 25, 33 there. I like the 33 there with the assumption then that I could get a 34 or whatever, 35 over here. So let's do that. Let's take the 33 right on the edge of this cliff. It's a good point total. Oop, and we booped over, which is great. I'm not sure about this one for me right now. Let's take the fissures and hopefully we'll get a hut or two as well. Yeah, because these are easy. That's an easy 40 points for these guys. The fissures, I mean, yeah, 20 points again. You gotta find the very edge of your circle though. Get it right out there, as far as we can get it away from any potential second or third fissures we get. Ooh, yes, it does fit perfectly there. Now that's a treat. You know, sometimes houses can fit on ledges just as a treat to me. Occasionally. It'll happen. Ooh, that's a spot. Gets 11 too out there. Yeah, let's take it. Why the hey not? Oh, I was gonna put a fountain there. That's why, actually, isn't it? That's what I was thinking initially. The 22 for the fountain. 22 for a fountain's pretty impressive. I mean, a 17-point park. Hard to say no to that. Does that give us our next pack? No, we're just slightly off. I don't know what to do with these fellas here. I'm getting way too many of them. And I have just about no beach to work with, which stinks because, like, look at that. I can't even, there's nowhere I can put this to not get, like, ooh, I can get a 9 if I squeeze it right against here. So let's take that one. Do I get 1 if no, 0 if I go over there. 3, and then this was a 6, right? So I guess we'll take the 6. Or hold on, let's wait. Maybe we'll get a, yeah, we're in trouble a little bit here. I worry that I set this up in not the biggest possible brain way that I could have, because I kind of neglected the fact that there's so many later buildings. So many buildings later on that obviously thrive off of being close to the city, being close to houses, being close to mansions, and I did not think that through enough. So that's going to be, I mean, we've already unlocked our next island, so it's certainly not going to be the end times here, but it's just a little bit of a shame. Just a little bit of a shame, but we've had little bits of shame before. Where else could a house go that, I mean, we've got another town center. Maybe, what if we just set up, would it be insane of me to set up a house to start a second town? Dare I? Dare I start a second town? Perhaps I dare. I dared to do it. Now I have to follow through. Oh, I really wish I could get just one other thing on this ledge. Or here even. Obviously I'm hoping for a temple, but how could you ever, ooh, that's a good spot, there we go. Fill that in a little bit. Do I even have a gold mine? Do I? Yeah, I do. Okay, what does this warehouse get bonuses for again exactly? I need to think. Brickyards, masons, statues, sawmills. See, I just don't have that much stuff together. It concerns me here, but I also know that, you know, this just doesn't do that well. 15 points for that, and then I guess this might actually fit on a ledge and do okay for me. Yeah. Yeah, wow. I'm kind of shocked by that, but I'll take it any day. A 42-point jewelry store? That's big points. That's big points, and you know what? We're late. Can't believe we're late for dog o'clock. There you go. Sorry about that, folks. Didn't know we were late. Oh, you know what I also didn't know is that we were, oh no, is that we were, oh God, you're seeing all the behind the scenes now. Is that we're in the wrong corner. Let's adjust that. Boop boop. See, now we're in the correct corner, and you can actually see the points circle going around. So my apologies for that. But hopefully I make it up to you with this very cute picture here. of my dog sleeping with a pillow and a blanket like a people does. She's very sweet, and sometimes she sleeps like a people if we put the blanket on her. She does not take it off, so what a sweetie. And I put some little nighttime stars in the background there to help her sleep. What a fantastic photo. That's just from the other day, I believe. I think I just very, very recently took that. Well, everybody get your hellos to Jaina in, and now get your goodbyes to Jaina in, because we gotta go back to the game. Yes, we do. It's a shame, but we gotta go back to the game. Oh, I did the exact opposite of go back to the game. I turned off the game by accident. That was just a complete mess of a doggo clock. I hope I'll be forgiven. At the pearly gates, when they ask me about doggo clock, I hope they will forgive me for what I've wrought here today. Ooh, okay, I'll take it. I'll takes it. We also have, was it a 22 down here? 25, I got a little better even. Yeah, it's not exactly the world's greatest fountain, but I'll take a 25 these days. You gotta take what you can get, folks. 25 will do it, and it's gonna get us to our next level. These get the bonus for flowers. I'm gonna take the warehouse this time, and here's why. Because this time I can put this here, or near here, get a 20. And what I'm thinking is, if I can get a 20 while not quite getting in the way of more fields, this warehouse might actually do something for me around here. Yeah, 19. 19's not terrible for 19 again out here. But I would honestly maybe argue that this 19 is better, because it's not as in the way of important stuff. So I may take that one. It actually likes, or no, it doesn't like the city center, or it does. It doesn't care about the city center. That's the brickyard it likes. So let's strap it to the back of this brickyard here. And this is just a nightmare location for that now. This is still a 6 out here, but we'll have to make it work. Can we get anything reasonable out of our shamans these days? Because we did. I think we kind of milked. Oh, 17. That's not shabby. I would take a 17 for sure. Yeah. Let's erase this big rock, I guess. And get a 17 out of it. 4, 17. 20, yep. 20 is good. So these shamans have decided they don't mind living together so much. So they're going to live back to back there on that ledge. And even though they don't fully like each other, they're going to have to live with it. Let's keep building our little island of misfit mansions and houses out here. What else have we got? Another city center that I don't know. 25, or was that 25? No, 15. Maybe out here I could get a kind of a bonus. 17 up here, yeah. Yeah, a 17 up here is nice. A 17 on the, out here, do I get something if I... 22 if I sneak it out on the... Yeah, let's sneak it out on the ledge here. Why not? 22 is a good score. We still have these thin parks. 12 for that thin park. Could I rotate one in there? Doesn't look like it. Not quite. 11, 12 on that edge. $12, 11 isn't gonna quite Oh, I don't know where it went. I really think it should fit there. I feel like we're running into this a lot lately on these runs where it's just like, it's like 1 pixel too small to house the thing that I want to house there. 12 seems to be our pretty much right up there with our best, unless we really encroach on some farmland up here for 1 more point. I don't know if I'm willing to do that yet for 13, just because I think there's probably a decent chance that we get even just 1 more field, and I'll wish I didn't take up that spot for a single point. A market now. A market really isn't going to get me too much. Yeah, see, I remember what I said there about getting another field, so I have a 15-point field there now instead of a 13-point park. Got a 12-point park and a 15-point field instead of a 13-point park, and then maybe potentially a much lower field. So that gets 16, 18 if it's here. Thing is, I kind of want to take a bit of a hit and squeeze it there, because I know I've got a temple coming, and those give big temple bonuses. I mean, unless I can't get to a temple, which is definitely a possibility here, that I may not be able to unlock it. Oh, hold on, I keep forgetting about our secondary little friend over here, or this one here that needs company for 9. That's a good place. Now the circus is just sad. I'm sad for the circus. 60-point market there would be crazy good. If I take a hit and then bank on the temple coming, that could work out for me. But I don't know that that's a gamble worth taking. 12. See, now I'm a lot more comfortable with the idea of closing this off, because we're already so quickly approaching kind of the wrap up of this island, because it's so spatially limited, that, you know, I think my chances of getting another one are slim. So for this market, like, I could just stick it up here and get, what was it? Like 29 if I stick it up here. And then I A, hope for a temple, B, hope that the temple is better than 60. Is that a big gamble? Do I take the big gamble? Because I don't think I can undo if I place this here and unlock the next pack. I don't think I can undo it once I choose a pack, right? How many points do I need to get over? I only need 21. What do you think, team? Do we take the temple gambit, or do we take a guaranteed 60? Is this one of those bird in the bush scenarios? Bird in the hand's worth 2 in the bush. 60 points now is worth a potential more than 60, but maybe also less than 60. Scary times. Hold on. So I can undo it, but not as soon as I hit that button. We're right around the time that a temple should show up. That's the thing. We got a market. We got a resort that we passed on. It could be something like a monument. Could maybe be something kind of junky like a water platform. Could be like a tavern even would be good, I think, because that would get us a lot of points, and there's a good space for it. Let's take the gamble. Pray for a temple. Oh, that's rough. I don't know if we're going to be able to make that work. I mean, that's huge there. 47 on a tavern. You're not going to get much better than that. And again, 14 on a field is great. Got houses out here. Actually might be able to do something fine with that circus. 16 is not bad considering how junk we had it before. So let's take that 16 circus and let's run. Literally run away over here and maybe try and fit. Can we fit a little baby boy here? No. How about here? Oh, look at that. That's exactly what I wanted last time. When I was saying I really wanted to get one more house there, I'm glad that we did. Glad that we could. So we're looking in pretty good shape here now to at least get just a 10 point. To at least get another shot at, ooh, that, again, just pixels, just mere pixels from being able to go there, and that would be so good. Because it would look amazing, for one, and for two, I'm not going to be able to fit a square there, so an 11-point lake appears to be the best we're going to get here at this point in time. So let's take it. Let's take it right on this edge, because a 12 if I get sort of edge towards those. Let's take it. Temple. Oh, we were one away. Okay, so this temple's going to be big for us for sure. That much I know. So 15-point field there is fantastic. Jewelry, I don't know about that. Might be able to get something, but for now, let's just hold off. Ooh, there we go. Oh my god, 100-point temple. Take that, reel in the points. You're glad I moved the camera now. Look at all those points coming in. Look at them go. Full pack unlock. Just from that. Incredible. Just fantastic. That's exactly what we were... That was the long... We just bought ourselves like 10 minutes of gameplay by doing that. So strap in. Hope you're enjoying it, because we're not going anywhere now. Oh, gosh. Alright, so we've got a wall there we can throw up. Or maybe I should at least check what a wall on this side is worth, if it's also 16, yeah. Let's put the wall on this side, actually. It's more appealing to me right now. My eye appreciates that more. Now, wow. I don't know how these skyrocketed in value so much. But a 29 and a 27, now those are huts. That's a hut and a half. Honey, that's a hut and a half. Now that's a hut and a half. 2. I'm not going to take a 2 on that mansion. No, thank you. Can I get just a little bump up there? No. Boy, these ledges are not friendly to build on. Can I say? Not exactly the most hospitable zones. Ooh, look at that. I take it all back. 14-point house. Most hospitable zone I've seen my whole life. This gets... This just hates everything. 0 points if it goes there. What a joke. What a joke. So look at this beautiful little farm we've built up here. 9, 7, 9. Let's take the 9, I guess. Unless, again, just we're talking pixels here. Let's take the 9, because there would be even. Oh, we found it. I knew we could find it. Beautiful. And now does that. Oh, again, we're just talking the littlest pixels. I don't even think that would be that good anyways. 12 be 14 points or something. Yeah, it's the same as going here. Which I think is pretty good, but let's come back to that. So, again, though this has to go down. We're just to get a bonus anywhere, 13 if it's in here. Against that, we have the warehouse down here. 10 doesn't even get a bonus for the warehouse. Okay, so let's do 13 over by the statue here. Right off the edge of the city. And just put the seaweed right there. Right there with it. We got another big point hut. It's gotta be, yeah, I can get it basically perfectly in line with, oof. Folks aren't gonna like that one. Folks aren't gonna like, but I really like, if you look at it here, that's a really nice view. Right there. Yeah, now that's a view. You can't even tell they're slightly out of line if you look at it that way. Nobody will ever know the horrible thing that I've done. Stick this right in here. I never got another sawmill, huh? Kind of strange. Normally you do. So, we have another friendly little jewelry store here that I just don't. 6 points if I put it right next to the other 11. You would hope you could get a little better than that. We've got another market, a water plat. If we could get there without using, if we could get to the next pack without using the market, I think that would be ideal, because it would just, ooh, perfect. That's lovely, isn't it? 15. It's got to be the best, yeah. Because then we may potentially pick up a water platform. Oh wow! Did I just see? Wow, I saw even better in here. 15. I swear I'm seeing like a 19 there for a second. 17. Yeah, 19. Jeez Louise. Yeah, those two parks are gonna get us all the way to the next pack. Like I was saying, preserving our market. Where's that 19? Find me that 19 again. Game, where is that 19? Oh, this way? Yeah, there it is. Boom. Alright, next pack. Water plateaus. Okay, balloon is good. Balloon usually does big for us. And we know huts are great for us lately too, with the whole 28. 22 on that end, 27, 26 on that end. Let's go on that end. Take the 26. Let's shop around, actually. What if we shop around with our hut? 25, 18, 18, 17. Then worse and worse as we go away. Yeah, let's take the 26 here. Beep. And we put that one slightly out of sorts, too, to sort of bookend the out of sortsedness of it all. 7, another 9 that we can get, and then that actually gives us another 9 opportunity there. And then just sort of 14 point jam that in there. Why the heck not? Something right on that ledge would be pretty good too. What do we do now with our balloon? Market, tower, circus, statue. Can't get all of them. Jeez. 15 points ain't all that hot. Huh. I mean, we could put another market in for nothing, basically. Oh, well, we finally have one of these, which I think is just going to do great. If we put it out here, 14 versus, what is it out here? Also 14. Can I get anything slightly higher than a 14 out here? 18, yeah. Let's rotate so they're facing each other, and it looks a little more natural, and then we'll take an 18. So we've got a 15 balloon. We really don't have anything for this. Oh, a 5. 5 is 9. Okay, we found a 9. That's a good spot for it, for sure. What about over here? A 5, a 4, a 6. I think that 9 is our spot. Yeah, that 9 is our spot for sure. 10. Yeah. All right. 10 is pretty good. Again, we're hoping to... why is it... The base score is minus 15. That's so bizarre. Don't love that. Okay, well... A 15-point balloon is okay. Set it up there over the fields, high up on the mountain. Got another long, skinny... I'm appreciating all the skinny parks they're giving me because they're so much more versatile than when you get the big round ones or the thicker lines. They just don't fit nearly as neatly on these edges and stuff, where I can actually pick up points in a map like this. I think 14 is going to be our best. Ooh, I lied. 16 right on that ledge. Beautiful ledge park. Okay. Can we get away with this at all here? I think when I was looking at putting it like right there, only getting 6 or something. That's just miserable. But out here it was just as bad, wasn't it? I couldn't get a ledge for it. It was either minus or 0. Oh, that's such a shame. Such a shame that these things work. Oh, 11. Is there any way I can get this to be slightly more profitable than an 11? That would be big. That would be big. Minus 20. No, I think 11's gonna be... I think 11 is all I'm gonna get, which means I'm gonna have to use that market. Which I don't care for that idea, but... Well, the other option is that I could play the... Well, I'm gonna have to play the market anyways, right? So that kind of stinks because I don't have a saving grace, really. Yeah, I have to play the market no matter what, so that kind of stinks because if I get something like a water plateau, this could potentially get me, could potentially get me like 70 to 100 points, and I'm almost certain that the next one is a water plateau because I haven't gotten any plateaus yet. And I think you always get water before you get wall. So the fact that I'm going to have to waste my mansion here is a bit of a bummer, especially because we're talking about 6 points of difference here. If there was one more mansion in range or one other spot I could plug this into, it'd be a different story, but I don't think we've got it unless there's like a little tiny spot there maybe, or it's just not gonna happen. I just don't think it's gonna happen no matter which way we rotate the guy. Okay, let's take our 11. Bit of a shame, and then we will have to do our beach market out here. Get a 20, get a 21, I think. Yeah, it's gonna be the best we can get by far. sadly. Again, a water plateau out here would have been just like so good, but hey, maybe they'll just give us another market with the water plateau, huh? What do you think? We got pretty lucky with that temple. Oh, I forgot to give you another, See, I've just got no room. I'm completely devoid of space. Remind me to do another bonus doggo clock because we had a 100-point temple, which is just wild. I can't deprive you of that, of getting a sweet puppy pick for a 100-point temple. It's always a rare achievement when we pull out 100 points on here. 28-point Mason, that's pretty wild in and of itself here. So this we know is going to be a pretty big point earner for us now. I think we're just gonna, I might just slap it right in the middle here and take all the points I can get because we're sort of on the brink, right? Oh, actually, yeah, let's do it here. No, does that even, yeah, it does free up. Yeah. Yeah, let's do it here, 51. It's a cool spot, and it leaves that spot free for another 50-point tower again, keeping those triangles and shit in our sights. This brewery should probably do pretty well for us because we've got space. Yeah, 23 points, and it gets to eat up the points from all of those little farms there. And we can probably tuck in another 13-point park here. 16-point park, actually. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So there's our water plateau, of course. A day late and $1 short. Is that something people say? 15 points for that out there. That's a good get. We are officially out of farmland here. But we're not out of farmland here, I guess. Just dense farmland up here. This is like the dream little farmer's market there. 8. What can I get? 14 there. That one we already know is a little too close. That's a 14 again. 16. Oh yeah. Another 16-point park. What are we going to do with our oasis here? So it gets 20 on its own. But the other thing is that it does love a plateau to the tune of another 6 points. Is there somewhere this could go? No, not there. Certainly not there. Ooh, wow. Folks, I did not see that coming, but I should have. Jiminy Christmas, that's a resort oasis. 84. Is more possible if I were to be a little bit of a bad boy and wedge this into the mountain a little bit to give it better reach. Oh, does it just not fit? Hold on. This is Cheese Town here that we're going into when it comes to wedging platforms and walls. We know we can do it, but should we do it? Because how much closer are we really going to get? I mean, if we could get there, I think that would be huge, actually. Because, yeah, if you're there, you're talking you're on a whole other level of reaching those. How do I get my entrance there? So that's 0. It just barely tucks in there, huh? Can we wiggle a little further or out a little bit? Let's try that there again. I don't know if it's moved at all, honestly. I don't think this is getting us anything. Unless I can just, can I get a pixel on my side in this game? Give me a pixel. Give me the pixel this time. Oh, I was gonna say, could I get it down here and then wiggle it that way? I don't think so. I'm getting a little greedy, for sure. I mean, because it's so tantalizing. This idea here. But, you know, 84 is very good. Can I just get this on here in a non-extra cheese way? And get the extra bonus 6 for it? Or no? Doesn't look like it. Okay, let's just take it. Let's not be greedy. 84, that's an incredible oasis this late. Why not? Let's do it and enjoy. Get ourselves another pack. Wall plateaus. The monuments love. What is it? Temples? Did I not just take the monument? Oh, I didn't take it, right. Okay, well, let's put one there. And let's put one here, maybe? And one here, because these all look very cool. And 2, it's gonna give us some latitude for fun stuff. If we get another big building. 6, 3, 6, I guess is what we're taking. I guess the 6 is what we're taking here. A house out here with the circuses again, 9. It's pretty good. Wall. Yes, a 16-point wall we know that we have already. Out here. Is there something better? Should I peek around this area for something? Maybe if one could squeeze in there. Maybe. I don't think so, though. No. 16 points it is. For another one of those. And that maybe puts us within striking distance of just a plain old park here. Yeah, it does. That's great. 13. 14 right in there. Beautiful. Let's find something to put on these platforms. There it is. 79. Big. That's big. That's beautiful. That's perfect. We can start our second hut row here now. Get a little bit of work done there. Unlock even more stuff. We're just going hog wild here. We were so close to the brink of defeat, of an early finish, and then we found that an incredible little, wow, 17 there. That's gotta be, that's the biggest one, huh? Yeah, 17. And then we found that one that is Resort Oasis. We absolutely struck gold on the temple being 100 when it was unexpected. Those were just big plays. That's pretty big too, 45. House, see, you can start layering houses now. Talking about layering mansions up here too. For 12. We can keep greenerizing up here. Adding the greenery up here. It's a 9, 10. I like that 10. It's not a... Where was it? I like this spot there. Right up against the rock without getting rid of it. More little walls that we can maybe do something with. I weirdly don't have a ton of spots for walls. Usually I've got big meaty spots for walls, but this time I don't feel that I do. That's a pretty nice spot there. Yeah, we can move it way down, and then I think we can get another 15 point right next to it. Perfect. Perfect. So we sort of made a choice up here already that we were going to start layering our mansions. We were going to start layering the houses here. 31 points. We've got 2 plateaus. We've got another hut for the row, another big 25-point hut, 26-point hut. We've got, this was like 40 points or 28 points or whatever out here. It's just wild. So we'll get another one of those. And got another wall. We got another so a water platform. I kind of know I can just stick it out here and get a decent point chunk, so I may do that. And just sort of leave it here for something big that could come eventually. Again, just giving us more spots to potentially work within. 9. Does that rotate? It does. Just perfectly up against that. Farmland that really can't do much for me anymore. Up there is kind of nice. Just a nice spot for it. We have 2 plateaus we can put down. But I just don't know. Well, I mean, 35 points is as good as any plateau I've probably ever put with nothing on it. Hard to fight that. Same here, 24. It's really quite nice. Everything else is basically 0, yeah. So let's add another one there, and that actually opens up, yeah, a big wall there. 23-point wall. How tight are we against our... I really feel like we're starting to run up against... we're running afoul of decency laws at this point. We're really milking this island in a way that I did not expect. Oh, we learned this last time, remember? This bit about how they kind of fit in this light water area. That could be something to watch out for here. Ooh, oh, actually 12 is kind of nice. 15 up here, yeah. 15 and add a little bit of stonework to this area could be cool, because it's all, we don't really have any stone up here, or not very much of it. Yeah, let's take a 15 here, because it's, again, I'm still leaving that little area open for field consideration should it come up. But I like this area we've got going. Shaman, I don't know what I'm gonna do with you. Hopefully we can at least make you positive somehow. +2 out there. Oh, that's actually +15. Yeah, +15. Hanging out with the, ooh, that's actually I like that. If you're gonna get +15, no matter what, let's put you in a really nice cozy spot right there in between the 2 parks. And we know we've got a great spot prepared for 12 versus 11 versus 13 if we put in there. Yep, 13 is good. And we've got, we know again, we want our mason probably in that like 28 point spot that we have on the other side of the island. Unless that has changed slightly. 20. We're still pulling a big 28s out here. Not so much. Oh, 22, 26, wow. Yeah, we're still getting it. That's kind of cool. It looks nice with the gold mine. I like that. Just more our 10 billionth stupid brick thing that gets no points now because there's no room for it anywhere. Get it for 3 points out here. And that just might be the end of it, my friends, my folks, my good buddies, my viewers. I think we're brushing up against the tip tops of this video. How many points do we need? We are at 5350. We need 65 points out of 2 walls in a park. That is a tall order. 15 would not. 15s across the board wouldn't get it. 345. We need. Everything needs to average. 65 divided by 3 is what? 22, 20, 44, 66. We need to get 22 points per item here. Which is just, I'm going to be honest, it's not going to happen. So, got an invitation to play Fall Guys. Oh, right, we were going to investigate if this blue area got us anything over here. That was, oh, but it's been covered up since with, it has since been covered. Yeah. I kind of like the seawalls when we were doing them, so 11, but this one was 15 or something, wasn't it? Maybe not. Yeah, 11 or 8. I liked that seawall thing. I thought it was very cool. Let's add 2 there, just for the looks of it. And where will we place our final park? Boom. Wow, that is a busy ridge, my friends. What an island. There was a lot of points during the creation process there where we were like just points away from being toast. Like we almost were looking like we were going to be done around the 40-minute mark, but then we just kept finding ways to succeed and improve. So that was really cool. That was a lot of fun. You don't often have super tight. I find you don't often have super tight moments like that all the time. So whoa, big balloon right in my dang face here. So let's have a little cinematic exploration here before we move on. I mean, this is I mean, the ridge, it's so packed, it's so, but it became so dynamic. We added so much stuff to it. This temple that was such a struggle and such a concern. Didn't know we were gonna get it. Another tower would have been lovely. Kind of forgot about towers, but we only got 2, which is not, not the perfect thing, but really grew to like this area too. I mean, it's just like basically just stuffed to the gills with green space, but what's the problem with that? And these huts here, it's so funny. I wish, again, you'd love to get enough to complete the 2 rows, but we can at least appreciate the almost symmetry there. Again, this farm was very cool, just getting to fill up this whole space. And then we have our weird, we've got our loggers up there that have been all but forgotten, but we've got our weird little second town with the circus. And this just absolutely packed mining quarry area. Crazy out here. Yeah, that's a heck of a run. Heck of an island. Thank you guys for joining me again and letting me talk at you for over an hour and show you, I owe you a picture of Jaina. Let's do that quickly before we move on. I've owed you this picture since we got that 100-point temple, and then we got the 85-point resort oasis or whatever. I owe you this picture. I deeply owe you this picture. So allow me to just stay silent for a moment while you appreciate the dog, and you can take it in, and I will shut up. We earned it. Both of us. We earned that picture of the dog by being here together and going on this journey. Okay, let's say goodbye to this big cliff tower, this big crazy cliffy insane area. Oh, I gotta choose my place to live. I might honestly take one of these huts. I don't know if I've ever chosen a hut as a place to live before, but that would just be that view is too tantalizing to me. What I imagine that view is like. Very cool. All right, folks, let's discover where we're going next week. And whoa, I've got my vocal fry on high, which means it's time to wrap it up. Let's start our expedition. Thank you again. Hope you guys have a great week. I hope you enjoyed the videos that came before this and the 3 that are going to come after. We're back in the snowy cold for our 12th island. 12th island overall. 3rd island of this run. So thank you again. Have a great week. And I'll talk to you in 8 days. We'll play more Islanders together. We'll see you then.